What's up, guys? How you doing? Welcome to the SNS Chicago podcast. I'm Shannon Skip Sias.
And I'm Steve Silk Hurley.
And we are sitting here today with an incredible individual that a lot of people know and love. He's not just a music producer, entrepreneur, but also an artist and a jack of all trades. And we're excited to have him here with us today. And thank you guys for being a part of this journey. And none other than the comparable Kosine.
Okay, I'm in the stand. I'm at the crib. I'm at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Everybody relax.
Yep.
You way more comfortable when you in the house.
Oh, yeah, you at the crib, man. We all family here, man. One thing go left, we all going left. So that's what this is, Chicago or nothing.
Yes, sir, man. Well, you know
it. So,
first and foremost, man, thank you so much for having me.
It's awesome.
This is a very, very important and pivotal part of my career. And so, some of the best things that I can be doing right now is not making another song, is being here with y'all and having extremely important conversations. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for having me.
That's dope.
Hey,
That's
thanks
dope.
for coming
That's dope.
through.
Yeah, we love it, man. And we're happy to have you just because it's great to have a native of Chicago that's gotten the opportunity to travel around the world and do some incredible things and touch so many people in-house, and external. This is just special for us because it's not often that Chicago highlights Chicago. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So for everyone to connect the dots and get down with each other, man, this is great. And to bridge the gap between genres and experiences, that's right there is what we're all about. And this is just another conversation. Some folks, they do podcasts, but we look at this as a family gathering where we're just being able to have dialogue and really connect the dots. So
man.
Yeah, we're here. So yeah.
So
no,
we ain't gonna go there yet. Yeah, this keeps calling me. It's like calling me.
It's a vibe, man. It's a vibe, bro.
You go. You set the tone.
Well, I set the tone. So Cole, what you want to co-sign, Cole? We know you from. Oh, let's go back. Okay, let's start with some of the people who may not know you are from Chicago and your journey. How did you even get into music in the first place?
Okay. If we going back to square zero,
we're gonna work our way up to it.
Let's get into the government, right? The government name is Marcos Enrique Palacios. Marcos Enrique Palacios es todo me llamo. Mi madre, right, my mom, es de Panamá. Y mi padre es de Guatemala. So I'm 100% Afro-Latino, off top.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? So like, Viva Panamá, Viva Guatemala, all of the Afro-Latinos that are in the game, you know what I mean? Because it's an international push.
Right.
Oh, wow.
It's an international push. If you ever want to know why my drums swing the way they do, there it is, boom. He had reggaeton, he had salsa, he had reggae, you know what I'm saying? He had all kind of, he was on an instrument. It was tough, bro. I'm riding to school, Bob Marley. I mean, bro, I got a whole playlist. I mean, we gonna keep the conversation going, but I gotta at least give you some of it because I have my uncle. When I come home, I do a bunch of cool stuff, right? We talking to Kevin Hart, but then we got to go see our Uncle Rudy,
right?
My mom's brother. And in those moments, it's like, give me the playlist. You know what I'm saying? Give me the playlist of the songs that, like, no matter what. There you go, Apple Music, Uncle Rudy playlist, Willie Colon, Ruben Blades, Hector, don't worry about the H.
Right.
Hector Lavoe, okay? Mi gente, you know what I'm saying? So, these are the textures, bro, that when I didn't even know, I don't know.
Wow.
Right.
I don't know. I didn't know my mom had an accent, you know what I'm saying, till kids started making fun of me in school. And
oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? Because they like, why your mama African booty scratcher, bro? That's crazy.
Right.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
What do you mean?
You know
right.
What I mean? Mom say 3, tree. I'm like, oh, what, Marco? 1, 2, 3. I'm like, whoa, I'm different. Wow. I am different.
Wow.
I also was the only child. You know what I'm saying? So if my mom didn't really hear me being productive in the room, practice an instrument. That's just Mando. I'm in there with the toys, playing WWF wrestling, throwing it across the room. Ah! and we in an apartment, 10th and Roosevelt in Broadview. The neighbors is complaining. It's an animal in the room.
Right.
Get on the piano, man. Get on the saxophone. And then what I didn't realize is that was meditation.
Wow.
So, I wasn't walking around. I was a real happy kid. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
In Chicago terms, a tweak body. You know what I'm saying? A tweak body. Because it's like, there's so much love in my family.
And what area did you all grow up in?
Broadview, Maywood. My uncle's house was in Bellwood. Yeah, I went to St. Eulalie. I went to Lindop. I went to St. Joe's in Westchester.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? But
you probably hooped too.
I played basketball.
That's a basketball school right
there. Man, and we won state in 99. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Watkins, you know what I mean? Evan Turner also went to Joe's.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So, Hoop Dreams, bro, that was my high school, dog. And then we watching Jordan. So the mentality is nuts. Then I find out my pops was in the 1968 Olympics.
Wow.
For Guatemala. This Olympics, though, because there's a lot of Olympics.
Right.
But in 1968.
Basketball or another sport?
High jump.
Oh, high jump. Ooh.
Didn't give me none of that bounce, though.
You didn't get the bounce.
Which is weird. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you was up there doing plyometrics trying to get it going, huh?
It is why I was a super late bloomer, too. Like, I didn't start dunking until I was like 25. And then I was throwing everybody off.
I didn't start dunking until I got a Nerf hoop.
Hey, and that's
but at least you started dunking at some point. You ain't go your whole life without, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, that practice element early from mom, mom, it's tough because sometimes, that's how you really can understand somebody by their parents. You know what I'm saying? I lost my mom at 20 years old. So, man, it's been tough navigating the world, having this way about yourself, and the person that raised you to be like that is not here to defend you. I noticed Keke Palmer, she won Entertainer of the Year. And my studio session with Keke Palmer, she came with her mom.
Wow.
She came with her mom. So she's navigating this business under the covering of somebody that loves her the most.
Wow.
Navigating this industry without mom, without pop.
Wow.
It's tough, bro. Because all you are is a bag. You're a bag.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
And you do it for the love, so I can easily take advantage of you. This is going to be the easiest money I'll ever make because you're a hit maker.
So how do you? I know you can't fill either one of those voids, but how do you cope with that? And do you have some things in place that help you get some of that support that you would have got?
Well, that's the Panamanians, right? Because my mom had this conversation with everybody. I have pancreatic cancer. I'm gonna be getting up out of here.
Oh
Wow.
I'm gonna be getting up out of here. Don't give up on my baby. Don't give up on him. He's special.
Right.
Y'all know how he is. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
I'm very emotional. Y'all know he's special. Don't give my Auntie Vaughn, my Auntie Linda, my tias. I call them my tias. Wow. My tio Rudy, that's the one I go make sure I go see. When I come home, my cousins are my sisters. Wow. We're cousins, but they're really my sisters.
Right.
After I give that speech at Columbia graduation and the whole UIC is crying, everybody's clapping, they're the ones that are going through that meltdown later on that night when I'm not okay, bro. I miss my mom.
Right.
Yeah, hey.
I'm alone in this world. You know what I'm saying? And she was the matriarch of the family.
Wow.
So
let me ask you this. I mean, and by you missing your mother, my condolences to you. I know it's been a little bit of time, but it's never too late to extend our heartfelt to you and your entire family. But just hearing this, because there's so much insecurity, especially in men. Did you ever, during that period, as you were transitioning, or as your mom transitioning, you were transitioning now as an only child, to decide to seek therapy or guidance or something like that? Or were you strong enough internal, or you were prepared by your mother?
This is what the young people say, bro. I crashed out. The interns breaking up, 2015, me coming home, that's called crashing out. That's called, she passed in 12 years a slave. She passed in 2003. 2015 is when I had to move back home. I have nothing. I'm tapped. I got to move back in. I'm in Maywood.
Wow.
I've crashed out. You know what I'm saying? I've done the most.
Yeah, this business is not. This business is not forgiving. So
No, you're done, bro.
You got to be very.
I don't care
resilient.
how talented you are.
Yeah.
You sit down, bro.
Yeah,
Have a seat.
yeah.
What are you doing?
Wow.
'Cause this is not how you acted in Chicago.
You're right.
Wow. Now, how would you describe your sound and your style of producing?
The style is just urgent and now and like first generation, right? Like I always wanted a big homie producer to sign me. Everybody getting signed. Sign me. Give me the chain. Like the track star was supposed to give me a track star's chain. They was working with Feeve. Turn me up, bro. Nobody ever wanted to turn into. So two, you know, shout out to my partner too, you know. He was like, man, I always wanted to have a company, you know, myself called The Interns. I just thought that was a genius name. The Interns, I love it. I'm in school right now. I want to intern somewhere cool. You know, we could put a Z on it and put a D, the intern, with a little swag on it. This is genius. You know what I'm saying? And so the sound is gourmet ratchet, you know, because I'm classically trained, but I got the drums that'll make the ladies violently twerk. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Sometimes it make everybody violently twerk, bro.
Wow.
Those 1 o'clockers. You know what I'm saying? Like, the ones that don't get, 1 time for the birthday chick, 2 times for the birthday. That's in culture forever.
Right.
People sing that instead of happy birthday now.
Right. Right.
And that's what, you know, a kid by the name of Trap Beckham.
Wow.
And so a lot of times I quiz people like, you know that song 1 time for the birthday? Do you know who the artist is? They be like, no, but you know the song.
Right.
And you know the school bell that's there.
Right.
And so I have to remind them, that's my homie Trap Beckham.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was his first smash that I hand delivered like a Chicago pizza. You know what I'm saying? I hand deliver hits like Chicago pizza, bro. What do you want? Whether you want thin crust or deep dish, fam, here you go, bro. Here you go, fam.
Right.
I'm a finisher.
Wow. So what's your creative process when you actually lock in and you're actually producing that record or that track? Because I know everybody tap into their inner self sometime to get what they're trying to get out the deal. So what's your creative process?
It's been spiritual the whole time, whether I knew it or not. Because the song be talking to me on some only child shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
The song is literally like, put an 808 on me. Put a clap on me.
Yep.
Do a drop right there. Reverse me. You know what I'm saying? Like, slow pitch me up. Speed up a soul sound. All of the karate moves, fam. I'm a production ninja, fam. You know what I'm saying? I get on that Logic. You know what I'm saying? And I got like a stand-up desk and a sit-down desk. So if I'm hyped,
Yeah.
my
That's what
custom desk that just go all the way, I can stand up now.
When my wife come in there and see me standing up, she know I'm in the zone. She's like, close that door so
cooking.
fast. She's like, let me leave him alone.
I'm cooking.
If I'm standing up, I'm cooking.
I'm cooking.
Cause that COVID had me get that stand up desk because I had that sciatica.
Come on now.
I'm sitting in the bed doing this, and it's messing with my back.
Tear your back to shreds.
Yeah, yep.
Nah,
and then I was gaining weight. All kind of stuff was happening from that.
Well, that's new in the routine this year. You know, so our brothers in here, so I'm not gonna try to be too extra, but under this T-shirt for the ladies that watch the show, I'm ripped up like an action figure. You know what I'm saying?
All right, G.I. Joe.
You know what I'm saying? Like this ain't the show where we reveal any of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
G.I. Joe with the kung fu grip or no?
But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? You know, like we putting in work because as producers, you know, if you're in the studio, you have to take care of your instrument. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Right.
even though, like, because that was the crazy part. This wasn't happening, you know what I'm saying, the first part of my career. This is now that I'm an NBA veteran, you know what I'm saying, where sitting down making them beats all day, it's like, wait, what's going on? How do my shoulder hurt? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a piano player. So I've noticed that adding that workout routine in the morning, you know, and then working with Tank for forever, he doing 2 and 3 workouts in a day.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, I just hoop 3 days a week.
That's it.
And then I'd lift 2 days if I can.
Yeah,
Yep.
but there's something, because greatness is the sum of a bunch of great habits.
Mm-hmm.
So if you could just look at your days as ways to stack great habits, and if you have those type of things on the menu, you're good, bro.
That's next level right there.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Think of so I got this note, and I'm probably turning it into a book. It's called 5 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just basically all of the characteristics of what needs to happen for a good day to happen.
Wow.
All of the characteristics, and that's what I'm
gonna
leaving my children. Like, that's the what is the legacy? The legacy is that note. You know what I'm saying? Because there were so many times in life when I was lost.
Wow.
Right.
We all.
You know what I'm saying?
Whew.
And
My grandmama must have been praying for me.
they all was, bro.
Auntie, great grandmother,
Right.
And
older cousin.
That's the favor that you can't explain.
Yeah.
Because nobody really saw grandma and them praying for you, or they didn't hear them. You can't hear other people's prayers. Like, what do you know what I mean?
Right.
So you got that tucked away in your favor account.
Yep.
And now life is just unfolding for you, and it don't even make sense to you.
Right.
But you don't understand about the team effort that's been put in for you to be great.
Yeah. Which is why you got to give that back.
Got to.
I mean, not unapologetically give it back.
Intentionally.
Like, and give it to the people that are coming up. Just share. Don't worry about what they're giving you back. Like that's people kill me with that. Like, what you gonna do for me? I just don't. Yeah, we pay it forward without that.
Have to pay it forward, bro. That's important, because if not, man, who are we as humans if we don't pay it forward to the next guy? And my only request, and Steve will tell you, and that's the way that I am, is that if I do something, I'm doing it out of genuine love, but I do require something in return. And that's for you to do something in return, not necessarily for us, but for someone else, out of genuine love, because love is a common denominating factor.
You going crazy. And let that segue into me graduating from Columbia College and them hiring me. Because now I'm a 23-year-old college professor. This is before any hits, bro. What class are you teaching, Kosine? I can do the podcast with y'all and ask y'all questions for y'all. Back to me, bro. Y'all can just enjoy it, bro.
Just change your voice when you ask a question.
Yeah, all right. So Kosine, real quick, man.
Right.
What did you teach?
And look at the camera when you say that part, and then switch back to being an interview.
Kosine, man. Hey, so when you was at Columbia, what class did you teach?
And then now you go back to looking at us,
Man,
when you answering it.
So guys, shout out to
That's it.
Kimo Williams. He said, Kosine, I don't care what class you teach. Make up a class.
Wow.
Hold on, Kosine, you made up a class, man? What you call it? Beats from the street? Nah, brother. I didn't call it Beats from the street.
This can go on all day, right?
It could. No, it was hip hop beat making though.
That's
and
all.
It was the training ground, bro. This is the training ground, bro.
That's
Before
dope.
I'm out there with all the, Pharrell and Tim and Swiss and Dion, no ID.
Right.
Before that, just this testing arena with the dope. We know what Columbia College is.
Right.
So many amazing people walk those hallways, bro. And that's after I was at FAMU for 2 years playing in the HBCU, dancing in the grass with my saxophone, bro, with 400 other, 18, 19-year-olds in the marching 100 being more important than the football game.
Wow.
You want to know something very interesting? While you talking about Columbia College, I can't let this one go. Guess what my connection to Columbia College is? Why do I have such a connection to Columbia College? And the answer is all of our interns came from Columbia College. And this is tripping me out.
No pun intended.
So is there a connection?
Intern, right.
And why did they come from Columbia College? There's something about David Leonard or who else was my interns? I can't remember all the names, but every single one had this thing in them where they got it. They all were in different areas. David Leonard was like a promotion, but he's an actor. He was good at everything he does.
That's how it was.
Finding locations for power and all that stuff. Like, just
let me tell you something. When I found out my mom had a terminal illness. I was about to drop out of school. I read 2 books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and Quincy Jones' autobiography. Rest in peace to the legend Quincy Jones. Another Chicago, and that, you know, spent real time in the city coming up to be the miracle of a man that he is, right? If it wasn't for the music production program, the music business program that also had a production concentration within the curriculum, if it wasn't for that specificity of the class, I don't graduate from college and I don't fulfill the main wish my mom had. Marco, my job as a parent is done when you graduate college, Marco. That's all I ask. You want to do the music? You want act? You want to do whatever you want, Marco. And so now you're not going to be there when I get the degree. You know I want to be a rock star right now and you're not going to be there.
Right.
Wow.
So, you know, it's crazy because we're getting the Doctor of the Arts this year from Columbia. Shout out to Columbia, man. 19 years later after graduation, we go back and, you know, just reflecting on that journey, man, through that school and everything that I was able to get, the training ground, you know, it just gives you that level of well-roundedness. You know what I'm saying? Where like a lot of people, a lot of artists, we just want to make music, but we can't. We have to think about the marketing. We have to think about the wardrobe. We have to think about the video. We have to think about the business manager. We have to think about saving and the 401k and the investments. And there's a lot of things that you have to think about to manage your empire.
Yeah.
And as the world is changing and evolving, these are the things we got to unpack. You know, when COVID hit and now we all in the house, holy, wait a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
A lot didn't change for me because I grew up to be a professional only child, bro.
Wow. So as an only child, is that what made you hyper-focused when it came to music and the arts?
Well, you learn how to be alone with yourself, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I've got kids and I can't relate, right? Like they wake up in the morning and just start arguing or beefing it straight out of bed. I'm like, how y'all wake up like this? You know, this was not my experience. I wake up, put on my robe, have a little tea. You know what I'm saying?
You were a happy kid.
Man, go to my Fisher Price 3-in-1 pool table, fam. Shoot a little pool in the morning. I'm in my little room, dog. You know what I'm saying?
You had your own big wheel that you didn't have to share.
Man. So my cousin's been trying to explain to me like how spoiled I was, man. Like they've been trying to get it through my head. Like, bro, you were the most spoiled little boy, fam, that we have ever heard of. Like shit, you know what I'm saying? It was intense. Right. And so when you're in the studio, you mixing that record, you finishing that record, you alone.
Yeah.
It's not a party. It's not strippers and all of the nonsense, bro. You gotta lock in, dog. You gotta lock the fuck in. And dial in this sound and create and like add some shit and write, especially if you really writing from a real place. It's been times I was in the studio, shout out to Ebony, we worked together, she went to FAM as well. This song that I'm releasing on Friday with BJ the Chicago Kid, to write the second verse, she knew she needed to excuse herself from the studio, bro.
Wow.
She knew she needed to. Because I was about to say, now let me take you back to 2003, get to know me when my world came crashing to my feet. Lost my homie, raised as an only child, but still hate being lonely. Faith tested to the max. Lord, I'm pissed, can't be phony. Cause I ain't sell drugs, gang bang, or kill my brother. But you gonna let pancreatic cancer kill my mother? You gonna let me feel depression and drink myself to sleep? Then I heard you whisper, son, don't give up on me. Keep your faith in me and never straddle the fence. Looking back, Common said one day it'll all make sense, and I finally do. Wow. My queen went home to you. And I pray I touch your soul when I simply share my truth.
Wow.
So that's coming out Friday.
Wow, that's coming out Friday with BJ the
Chicago Kid. Will you pray?
Wow, that's deep.
Will you pray?
Deep. That's deep. And then your connection with BJ the Chicago Kid, is that a childhood homie or is that
MySpace?
Did you say Masa?
Just like that, huh?
Him and Jeremiah. That's where I first heard their music.
Wow. And so you just tapped in
Send
with
message.
them.
Just like now on Instagram. Send message. Bro, when you on social media, if the agenda ain't to get your baseball pants dirty, bro, and slide, fam. I played baseball coming up.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I want to send, Nikki some beads. Hey, can I get your email address? How much does that cost?
Right.
And how long does that take? So for people that are like, man, I'm not where I want to be in my career, and you're not sending 20 DMs a day, I don't want to talk to you.
Wow.
Because you're not even serious. And it's like, don't waste my time.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a
That's deep.
psycho about this. It's how I feed my children. I don't have like a bunch of other, I'm not ready to, I would love to go on different, platforms, but I'm not ready because I really still be dialed in on the music a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's been the focus of the season. Let me just put out 20 of my own songs this year.
Right.
Real quick. Because a lot of my homies that work with big artists and write for them or produce for them, those artists are fans of them.
Right.
So let me at least put out 20 new songs to see if I can get some of my superstar homies to want to work more. And I'm also releasing features. So Leon Thomas, right now, take your time, what's the rush? Ooh, like it come on, you don't even have to think. But years before this moment, he was on a Kosine EP on this song called Settle with
Wow.
Marsha Ambrosius singing backgrounds that they ain't heard yet. Cause I'm not, Ty Dolla $ign ain't signed me, man. Nobody even want to sign me. After this podcast, somebody's gonna say, "Oh no, Kos, what do you need? I'm in." Who you got songs with?
Right.
BJ, Omarion, and John Legend. That's all you got that on your laptop, right? Is right now?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'm bagged up.
Wow.
I'm in.
So tell me this: somebody on the outside might look at you and say, "Oh, he's just like a machine. He got 200 records sitting on his laptop." Or I heard you say something about the laptop graveyard and all that stuff. So, what happens when you're in a writing slump? How do you get out of it? Do your other creative forces help you get over that? Like you pick up the saxophone. Do you do other creative things? Do you work on your marketing? Do you work on your business? Do you because that's what I found in my career, that by having other outlets, it kind of helps me to get out of that slump.
And how do you stay true to your creative vision while working with these artists too?
Look, all right, that's a two-part. That's a two-part question.
Okay, I thought that was going to
But keep that right there.
Yeah,
keep that
okay.
right there. What I said, you taking me too fast now.
Right.
Let me unpack that because you said it all. Like it's all of the above. Yes, all of the above. But that goes back to 2015 again, bro. You gotta think about the quote unquote blackball year, bro. Everybody just was calling me.
Oh yeah.
What? Like I couldn't even. I'm looking at my phone like.
No messages.
Go to my one of Kosine beats. What? You know what I'm saying? Like what? And so I'm home, and all I can do is make gospel music though. That's all I have. And then Donald Lawrence pulls up to the studio.
Oh my God.
And I don't even know that Donald Lawrence knows who I am.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I know that I've been in the airport many a time and cried my eyes out to encourage yourself. By myself, it's just early. The flight attendant see I'm struggling, going through something, just slide a little tissue because I miss my mom. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on fire too. You know what I'm saying? Like through them times, it's high highs and low lows. I'm number one on the charts and I miss her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so you only make gospel music. Then I come back to LA and the homie Poon, he had a show with Ludacris back in the day. He like, man, you wouldn't have any gospel music, would you? You know what I'm saying? Just randomly, talking. I'm like, why you asking me that? You know what I mean? Because now I'm just like, all right, God. Because now when I seen God start putting my life back together,
Right.
it's like, why did you just say that to me, bro? He's like, oh, I'm not. I know you got, but Snoop is working on a gospel album.
Wow.
So my first number one gospel record is with Snoop Dogg, bro.
Wow.
And I didn't even charge. I just was like, please give me a verse when I get my life together.
Right.
He like, cool. Now fast forward, his mother passes away. And the people that worked on that gospel album are the people that played at her funeral.
Wow.
So now I'm looking at Kirk Franklin. And I'm in LA doing what I did at James Memorial, man. For arguably, you know what? Legends, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
Legends. You know, so a lot of the confidence, you know, sometimes they just start sling that narcissist at, you know, just, you're a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? That's why, man, Prime just be inspiring me, man, just to see a confident black man, dog. But a lot of it is from being around these legends, man, and just being able to be a fly on the wall. Like, I know I'm probably the first one. If somebody got to get kicked out, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm probably first on the list to get kicked out. So I'm not even going to say nothing while I'm here. I'm just going to
take it all in.
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That's special, bro. I mean, that really is. And then dealing with all of these legends. I mean, and it's incredible because your discography is, you know, over the top. But what were some of the more memorable, what's the most memorable record for you as of right now that you've created?
Most memorable, before I address that, I just want to be, because it's a Chicago thing, so I just want to say my brother, we call him Brown Shoes, you know, AKA Luther, because it's his studio on the west side where Donald Lawrence pulled up to here in Chicago.
Wow.
So, you know, I just needed to be on record that this is a place where you can really get your life together. Because it's the greatest city ever in the galaxy. You know what I'm saying? Like, do not run from the crib. The healing, the next phase is in the crib. Most memorable record today, because it changed. If you ask me this tomorrow, I'm gonna have a different song for you tomorrow. So like, just
the most memorable record you've worked on so far, yeah.
Memorable to me, or memorable by the billions of views on YouTube?
It can be both. Give me both.
The billions is Anaconda, Nicki Minaj.
Okay.
That's what makes me a billionaire if we're gonna have a YouTube conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Me personally, memorable, Jesus Christ. Most, come on, dog. What do you mean, bro? They're all memorable. And, you know, until you forget, and then you get on a podcast and somebody did their homework and bring it up, and you like, damn, I did do that.
Right.
That happened somewhere else. But today I'm gonna say Nas the Don.
Okay.
Just because it's like now I'm on the East Coast and I got a song with a legend, bro. Like this is about having, because you know, my mom with the whole school and everything, you know, it was about building a resume. You know, you're interning, you know, you're building a resume. So we're gonna have a conversation. I joke sometimes because of my he's gonna be 15 tomorrow, my oldest.
Oh wow.
Yeah, St. Patty baby, man. Shout out to my son.
Yeah, shout out to your son, man. Happy birthday in
Coast
advance.
Dose. That's Coast Dose, man.
Coast Dose, huh?
Yeah. Dang, I just started thinking about my baby, man, and lost my train of thought.
Dude,
man,
as you should, bro. That's grown man stuff.
yeah.
That's what you're supposed to do, man.
Yeah.
Tap in and connect, because that's what they don't never see, man. They see the other side of the narrative, but you being a real father and someone who connects is not just all, you know, music 24/7. You have a direct connection with your seed, bro. So as you should, man. I respect that, bro. That's awesome.
Yeah. I got 3 boys and a baby girl, man, and that's a lot of that driving force. That's a lot of the tenacity. You know what I'm saying? Like, if everything is basketball for me, you know, you got the option to take the jump shot or go to the basket and initiate the contact going to the basket. That's what I be on. You know what I'm saying? If I need, like right now, me and BJ need to be promoting this song that we have coming out on Friday. I'm stalking BJ right now. Wow. He's busy with a gazillion things, you know what I'm saying? And I love him and I respect him, but we got a record coming out on Friday. Right. So I'm probably gonna call you 3 times a day, bro. And if you don't ever pick up, I don't even know how to get offended because of the book, The 4 Agreements.
Right.
The 4 Agreements say not to take shit personally.
Right.
So I'm not mad, but I'm gonna call again, bro. You know what I'm saying? Until we get it done. That's the tenacity, man.
Are there any specific tools that you use in the studio or something special that makes all of these records like signature.
Was Logic
Kosine.
Pro. You know, Logic Pro.
Logic, okay.
And I got respect for all the dogs. Like, my guys, they use Fruity Loops, they use Ableton, they use Pro Tools, they use Studio One. They use all these different.
Were you an MP person at one point?
Of course, so I got to shout out the Sick One because that's who put me. Chris Muhammad, he put me on. He sold it to me. I reminded him of that because we doing some cool stuff, and he's like, he didn't just give me the MPC. He sold it to me, so I had to go work and earn it. You know what I'm saying? And just the swing and the programming and hitting the pads is a vibe. Like I was a third string drummer at church, bro. But the words from Lil Tony himself, right? Bass player who is Kendrick Lamar's MD. So yeah, Super Bowl from the West Side.
Wow.
In the studio, he said, "Kosine, you my favorite drummer." To me, it's all about the drums, man.
Yeah.
It's all about the drums, bro. Barry Hankerson told me, your drums is light in the ass, bro. Broke my heart, fam.
What? Did he say that?
I'm gonna have to call Timbaland. We're gonna get you together. You got good ideas, man. Your drums a little light in the ass. That shit
The drums
hurt.
were responsible for starting the whole genre, which is house music. If it wasn't for the drums, it would be like all the other genres. Like we could make anything house just by making them drums pop the way they need to pop.
Right.
So it could be a country record, it could be a ballad, it could be, you name it, it could be anything. But when them drums hit them people like that.
Well, watch this, man. Not to cut you, right? But Quincy said F genres, man. He said those words to me at his house. I was like, because somebody had asked him.
Right.
And
I love that.
I love it so much, bro. Just
That's me.
Right.
When I was at the peak of remixing everybody's record and producing everybody's record on the house side, and I started doing R&B like Keep On Walking, CeCe Peniston and Shantae Savage and all that stuff, it was a lot of resistance for people saying, you a house producer. I'm like, no, I'm a producer. Like, why do I have to choose?
Right.
And to get mad. That's what I be saying. This is what I want to flip the table over, bro. Slap the saxophone, man. Why would somebody try to put, like, I'm mad for you? You don't have to be mad. Right. You seem like you have your piece as a man, but I'm mad for you right now, bro.
Thank you, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes we need a focus group.
Man, I'm a defense attorney for a second. Your Honor, this is bullshit, Your Honor. He wants to make what he wants to make. I'll make what he wants to make. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's the only good thing about right now is it don't matter. You do what the heck you want to do. And you can promote it however you want to promote it.
Yep.
So
you don't have
you're in
to
control
lead
of
it.
everything.
You control of directing the narrative, and you don't have to.
Let me try to get back cool, bro. You start getting mad. I start getting mad for you.
For you get
You know what I'm saying? And like they always say we aggressive from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I've heard that when I'm just thinking I'm having regular conversation.
Right.
People take offense. You know what I'm saying? And that wasn't the intent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But the Chicago, I guess the edge that we got from the crib, you know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put my shades on and just try to keep it together, man.
So ultimately, how do you know when a record is finished? Like it to you, are you one of those perfectionists, or are you one of those individuals that just trust your instinct?
I work on a song for 10 years with no problem.
Yeah.
And feel okay.
I frustrate him with that.
10 years, no problem. What are you talking about?
Oh my goodness.
Every one of my homies, if I was to FaceTime my brother right now, man, he is pissed, bro. Because why isn't the music out? Why?
Right.
Why, bro? What is the problem? I remember I did a whole project and played it for him. Pissed, man, pissed. Not because he didn't like it, but it's like, what about all the songs that I loved on the project before this that you still ain't put out, man? What about them songs? You know what I'm saying? You over there with 100 song missiles. Here's the story. I go to a music executive for some executive training, right? Because I'm thinking to myself, I'm ice cold, man. I'm not supposed to be a producer no more, man. I'm supposed to be at a label. I'm supposed to be an A&R, you know what I'm saying, doing whatever they do inside of there. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's time for me to get a job. That's my problem. I need to get a job. You know what I'm saying? Right. So going in there, man, going to get executive coaching, all they doing is talking about hits all day long. I've been in there for hours. He's just talking about hits. I had no intention on playing any music. I didn't come here for that. I came here to learn how to be an executive.
Right.
After 4 hours of talking about hits, I said, all right, guys, we talk about hits all day. I did not come here to play you any songs. This song that I'm about to play is not for sale. You know what I'm saying? If you want to buy this song with this artist on it, you can. But if you want to hear this song and try to give it to one of your big artists, that's not an option for what I'm about to play.
Right.
Play the song. 10 seconds, turn it off. Everybody running around. Oh no, we need that food. We need that food. We need that food. I said, what did I say before I played the song, gentlemen? Gentlemen.
He thought you was playing.
So then the A&R started cussing me. I don't F with Coast. I don't F with Coast. They bought the song for the artist.
Wow. Wow.
Then I played another song for the disgruntled A&R that was in the room that thought I didn't walk around with smacks for a living. I played him another one. And shout out to my brother Fire, because that turned into Flo Milli Conceited.
Wow.
That's one of the biggest songs of my like in the last 5, because it's like, man, what you got like Flo? Anybody heard of Flo? That's new. She's, you know what I'm saying? Wow. That's not the early records.
So are you a craftsman? Are you one of them people that's gonna craft something special for each individual artist and tap in with them? Or do you have your vision and they tap into your vision, or is it a collaborative and group effort?
So when you get to the over 200, bro, like we over 200 placements that we know about, it's probably more, bro. It's by any means necessary, dog.
Gotcha.
I'm sending out beat packs. I'm getting on a plane and getting in the studio. I'm recording it myself. I'm writing it myself. I'm sending the whole song done. They sending me the song with just the song and the music. And then right now we got a song that's flying up the radio charts right now called Nasty Work. Yaya and Damo featuring Tank. It's the Nasty Work remix. Smacking things around, bro.
Nice.
But they recorded that, sent it to me. And I just, put the co-production on there. But shout out to Damo, because he's in the group, but he's also a producer and a writer. You know, so the song is coming to me 80% done, but I have 100% energy to give to it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then now you got to call Tank. Because when you moving through your career, you start off as the beat maker. When you're in executive producer land, not only can you finish the song, but you can call the artist yourself and secure the feature.
Wow.
So that you're hand delivering, you know what I'm saying? New act, new feature, new production, gone, bro. Wow. I got to check that out. Y'all got to add that to a playlist immediately.
Now, that's incredible. Shout out to Tank and all of the homies, R&B Money.
R&B Money,
man,
Jay
that
Valentine.
podcast is off the chain, man. If you guys have not checked it out, check it out. Tap in with the homies. And what's your relationship with Tank? Because I know he's not just a industry professional / colleague, but
That's big bro.
He's like a brother.
That's big bro.
Word.
1000%, bro. That is big. That's, you know, part of the reason why I believe in having muscles and taking your shirt off if necessary, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got this is a leading man. You got to be he trains. It's like he approaches music like an athlete, bro. Like an athlete.
Wow.
I'm LeBron in music, and we all hoop together. J. Cole hooped on our team. You got Chris Brown, J. Cole, Tank, Jay Valentine. When I first got to LA, I was not cool enough to be in these basketball leagues, bro.
Yeah. That's us 3 days a week, the hooping.
Bruh,
this is our gym day. We should have been there today.
Man, and we could have did this at the gym, bro. You know what I'm saying? I play like Tony Allen, dog. You know what I'm saying? And so
I love it.
That's like the black man, you know what I'm saying, golf course. You know, like the athlete golf course
is
hooping. Chicago, at least coming up here, I damn near don't even know what type of dude you is, bro. I can judge what kind of man you are by how you hoop, bro.
See, you tapped in how we are,
Yep.
man. Like I said, we play basketball with some of the finest and some of the people that they would say are celebrity status or that quote unquote exclusive industry professional. But at the end of the day, we all men, and it's nothing. For example, we was in Miami, right? And it was Steve and I, and we were there for a conference, and we're at the W, just random, But where there's a basketball hoop, we're going to go and seek it out,
You got to.
So we hooping. It's myself, Bad Boy Bill, Steve Silk Curly.
Okay, Bad Boy Bill. I just met Bad Boy Bill, man.
Wayne Williams, that was over at
Okay.
Jive. And then here comes Jamie Foxx and Breon. So now,
we had some good ones.
So now it's
Jamie
showtime.
and Breon,
so now it's
Shout out
showtime.
Breon.
And shout out to Breon, shout out to Jamie,
Hey,
man.
Jamie,
But I tell you what, man, there's no walk in the parks, and we had some fantastic games, and it was genuine. Obviously, you got a group of industry professionals, but it wasn't. And it was almost to a degree, if you will, it was private because it was just us there playing basketball and having a good time and enjoying not just the moment, but sometimes just the breath of fresh air to get away from everything that we were in Miami to do.
Well, a lot of times, and this is why I wrote this song, Kings. I pitched it earlier, but it goes back to the brotherhood, bro. That is, the success is the byproduct of the brotherhood, bro. And, nothing like, especially how we hoop. We know how we hoop.
Right.
Mm-hmm. This style of basketball works. Derrick Rose, man, so that's what I'm pitching, man. I want to play the national anthem for Derrick Rose retirement. You know what I'm saying? That game right there.
Yeah.
Because I've done it. I've also done the win song for the Chicago Bulls. So we got a real partnership. When it's time to retire that man jersey, because the city, it was already on fire last time.
Right.
But that game, I got to be center court playing the anthem that night.
Yeah,
bro.
his guy Dre, he's at the same gym as us. And his son, Dre's son, Kamari, plays for Simeon. He plays with us on 3 days a week. Well, not 3 days. He plays on Sundays because he's usually doing his own thing during the week.
And honestly, we hear therapy and mental health and all that, just being thrown around.
That's my therapy. That's definitely my therapy.
Yeah.
My wife is like, why you you got time to go to the gym? You stressing about some other stuff. You stressing about all this stuff while you going to the gym.
To decompress.
That's the answer right there.
Decompress. This is how I'm able to not walk in the house and punch a hole in the wall. You know what I'm saying? I would go out there and I go in for a minute. You know what I'm saying? Tony Allen, you know what I mean? Getting buckets, play incredible defense. You know what I'm saying?
But you escape. And the great part about the gym, we go, I don't want to blow the spot up, but we all go to, a gym not too far from us. But the people that fall through, they go because it's special. Like Brandon Lloyd when he was with the Chicago Bears. And then you got D Rose that have come up there.
Yeah, he actually
and
with us.
it's dope that you said that. So it's a great transition because what I love about Derrick Rose, and this was like right before he transitioned into being, the mega rock star that he had become.
Right.
But he was such a mindful and respectful,
super respectful. You wouldn't even know who he
respectful
is.
individual. Because the place where we were, one of the colleges is their gym in particular, and he addressed the staff and the head coach as coach, even though he was who he was, because he loves the game that much, right? He respects the game and he respects everything that comes with the game. So shout out to you, Derrick Rose, for being a real one, bro, and always representing and holding down Chicago the right way. That's huge,
man. When I'm thinking about young producers, people in the music game, because of the bravado of like how the business is, sometimes you lose that level of like humbleness. You know what I'm saying? And to me, that's not the characteristic. The characteristic is the D Rose characteristic. And I think that once I realized that and prioritized that for myself, I saw my business go up. You know what I'm saying? And it was just very intentional. Like, damn, you know what? All right, let's just play this out for a second, man. I'm a superstar and I got one job. Don't be an asshole.
Yeah.
right?
Because I've seen that so much in my whole life, man. Somebody meet me, they be like, hey, man, I thought you was an asshole. I'm like, why, bro? Like, you just, I don't know, man. There's just something about you just saying asshole. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, damn. So they already want to hate you so bad, bro.
When I got my first record deal, the A&R executives said, Steve, you need to be more arrogant. And the other guy was more of an alpha. I was more laid back and not really trying to be showing off or nothing like that. I was just letting my music speak for itself. And they're just like, you need to be more arrogant. Like, it's like, wow. Okay, so now I'm starting to understand how it all works. It taught me to something though. I found out I didn't want to be an artist first of all.
Right.
I want to be in the studio every day creating all new stuff every day. I want to be like a mad scientist, So yeah, it was great. When they said that, I couldn't believe it. I was like,
Chemo, when he hired me at Columbia, he told me I had an ego, and I got very offended. You know what I'm saying? Like struck a nerve. It was triggering. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "It's cool. Some of that you're gonna need for where you're going." And I didn't understand that at that time, but now looking back, because there is a level of like, you gotta kind of like break into the industry. Like there has to be like aggressive. This. You know what I'm saying? So
What's one of the key things you learned by being in this industry?
Manage those relationships. Sometimes you just gotta call people and just tap in. It's not. You might want to do business with this person, but because relationships are so important, ask them how their kids are.
Yeah.
Ask them how they are. How's the wife? What are you passionate about? Me and my brother from another mother that passed away, man, we kind of would sometimes go back and forth about that because he always felt like you needed to have an agenda. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just call him. So what, you just gonna call him? You gonna call him for no reason? You gonna waste his time? And I'm like, no, I'm just gonna ask him, Right. And that's how I got my my gig at Apple, as an on-air personality, which was a great time. When you don't leave the charts from like 09 to like 14, 15 Grammy nominations and then 16 is ice cold, it's like, what am I gonna do?
Right.
Then I get this opportunity to be an on-air personality at Apple Music. Now I'm at Coachella, behind the main stage with Zane Lowe and Ebro, and all I gotta do is talk. I don't even have to make a hit. I'm getting paid right away, consistently, and all I have to do is talk. There's no pressure on if the drums are slapping, if it EQ right, if the hook is catchy, if the artist want to sing it, if it's in the right key. None of that. That's the same thing with acting. All I got to do in here is just come in here and know the lines and just talk. And there's a trailer, y'all gonna come pick me up, and he got a suit on. You gonna say I get to go first class? This is work. You know what I'm saying? What?
Yeah.
Which now, do you love them both the same, or is it one that's a true passion and first love, and then you've learned to love other aspects of that? Because you seem like you're multifaceted and you're able to do multiple things, like a triple threat. So, which, like, is it something in particular where when you're doing the on air stuff, are you thinking, man, I wish I was in there making a beat, or when you're making a beat, like, man, I wish I could get that next roll on. Such.
I haven't gotten to that place in life where I could just retire tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, what I did was I listed out all of the things that I would do that didn't feel like work, and I turned my passions into profits. So I'm not tripping off producing. I'm not tripping off being an artist. I'm not tripping off co-producing. I'm not tripping off mixing. I would act. I could be an actor. I could teach. I could go do seminars. I could do master classes. Yeah, just bring my laptop up and just make beats in front of people instead of by myself. And then if they got a question on how I just did that, I can answer. I can show you the plugin. And I just kept on going. Like when I was done, I was at like 22 things. 22 verticals that I can sell merch. You know what I'm saying? Like my sound is gourmet ratchet. We got gourmet ratchet. And I just listen to them. And then I just, all right, you know what I'm saying? Let's make money off this shit.
Nah, that's interesting you say that. And let me ask you this. And I see you moving around, man, and we follow all of your movement and your trends. But how do you stay ahead of the trend of the marketplace and where we are now? Because it seems like you've been consistently fresh for a real long time and have never really fallen off of where eras transcend.
Well, you always got to work. You know what I'm saying? If you're always working, you're fine. And always focus on getting better. You know what I mean? Like if you just always working, always thinking about ways to improve. The thing about music is it can be timeless. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no expiration date. If anything, especially with my music catalog, they start going crazier later. My music ages well. That's why I still come on here and talk about my EP from years ago, because Leon Thomas just got hot right now. Right. So if you want to hear some more Leon Thomas, you got to go listen to Kosine. Right. Because he snapped over there too. And I snapped too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like... Right. And, you know, even in choosing the features, right? You know, you can't be led by the exterior. If you're led by the interior, you are, what is time? Now we got to start having about what is time. I'm being led by what's in here. That's why I said I have no problem working on a song for 10 years sometimes, because, again, we've released hundreds of songs. These songs are going to, as long as the Most High extends his grace and gives me time above earth, they're going to keep coming out. And all I'm doing is getting more and more organized. Like this year we did something different. Let's just take all the songs and put them by dates and turn in a release schedule of all the songs we want to put out this year and when we want to put them out. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, dang, right now it's a lot going on. We need to pray. We need to BJ to Chicago right now. It was just fires in LA. It's intense, bro. We need, the question of the song is called Will You Pray? We need that right now before anything else. You know what I'm saying? Later on, you know, we know we're going to have a barbecue at some point. Right. We know it's going to be cuffing season is coming up. You know what I'm saying? Where y'all want to set up, relax. We understand what's going on, the climate. You know, and that's something that I've never done. So what's insanity? Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. With this one, we're intentional on, let's make a release schedule. And guess what? Boring work is some of the most profitable work. So if, while you're doing it, you don't feel like doing it because it's boring as the fuck, probably going to get you a lot of money. One of those things is organizing your phone books, organizing your contacts. Let me just make a VIP list. Like who are, you know what I'm saying? Right. That's boring, bro. Right. A release, like splits, the splits to the songs, getting everybody's, what's the number? IPI number. IPI is an IPI number that goes with the song so that they can register, so it can play it on TV. Right. If it's not registered properly, we cannot air this. That's boring, bro. But it's the most important thing. Right. And we forget about that as creatives.
Now, what do you think the role of a producer is now in today's do-it-yourself marketplace?
You gotta be a finisher. You got to be a finisher, man. The role of a producer in today's market is it has to be able to go from you to the world, man.
Yeah. Direct to hold on to that stuff for too long. I've been guilty of that. Not wanting to let those babies just go.
Yeah, let them go, bro. and then as a producer, you have to be aware of your weaknesses. I'm a producer, and maybe, you know, my weakness might be that I'm not the best mixer. Cool. That needs to be your best friend. You got a lot of people that you talk to every day. If they're not mixers, stop talking to them so much, bro. Right. You're a producer that doesn't know how to mix. Right. Your best friend should be the coldest mix person that you should buy him lunch, buy him dinner, give him some of your Jordans. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. Let him talk to your sister. No, that's too far. But you know what I'm saying? Right. Make that your homie, bro. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I see you work with a lot of these young dudes that's out here, man, and which is incredible. And not a lot of people reach back. Like I see, you know, Frank Lewis, I see that's fresh. And we love his mission and what he's doing. Well, I mean, what's your connection there?
Well, as a producer, right, you know, you want to be one of the greats. You want people to be like, wow, man, this dude really put in that work. Well, who are you introducing us to? You know, when I think about the greats, they gave us some of our favorite artists. Mm-hmm. And so as I'm sitting there rubbing my chin, I'm like, man, I got number ones, nobody cares. Because who did you introduce to us? Right. Frank Lewis, here you go. Right. Take a meeting with Steve McKeever. Who is Steve McKeever? Hidden Beach. You know, who was associated with Hidden Beach? Michael Jordan. Right. You know what I'm saying? Now we in Malibu. Right. I had no reason to be in Malibu. I worked with a young man from Chicago. Now I'm in Malibu. Because that's the cool part about being a creator. Every new opportunity comes off the back of a new song. So if you always have a new song, you always have a new opportunity. I have the opportunity to harass BJ the Chicago Kid because we have a new song.
Right. Right.
You know what I'm saying? The priority list got to be on point.
Yeah.
Wow. How do you balance the technical side of what you do with the creative side? Because it seemed like you're very well versed in the technical side of how music works and how to produce music. But how do you balance that with your creative side?
Well, it's a priority. So, if I, first thing I do when I open up a session is deal with the master bus. So how I'm starting is how it's going to sound at the end. A lot of producers make the beat first and then put a master on there, and that changes the whole. That shit got way louder. It's a whole different thing. No, we loud from the first sound. Cat, 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 doo, 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 doo. I got everything is live. Everything is routed a certain type of way to where it's flying out of there. Right. But now Logic Pro also has AI mastering integrated into the program.
Wow.
Now my mix, the guy that mixed Big Sean ass, his name is Jason Joshua. Right. He makes plugins now.
Wow.
And of course, like a great friend, before he even sends them out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? And so we're in a different space in music where we have all of these different tools that allow you to backhand stuff, bro, from the gate. Wow. So the technical is happening. I'll put, less is more, right? Like, I might have a track, I have I don't know if I should be saying this out loud. I'm not
say it out loud. Come on, man. Let's get the exclusive. Say it out loud.
I'm going to say it, but I'm not going to be as detailed because I'll be like using company names in my examples and, we don't have those endorsements yet. But anyway, sometimes it's like 7 sounds is my maximum. Mm-hmm. So everything has to have purpose. Everything has to slap, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I'll spend time mixing a sound for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, a sound. Mm-hmm. And so by the time I'm done with this one sound, it's already feeling like a hit with one sound, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then if there are people in the room while that's happening, you get the woo.
Right.
Because it's quiet and it's lonely in the studio working before you get the first woo.
Right.
Once that happens, bro, that's also as a producer the knowledge of reading the room.
Mm-hmm. Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because a pitfall is overproducing. Yeah. It was just sounding good and then you start doing too much.
Right.
That's poor taste, bro.
My best records were definitely the rawest ones.
Come on, man.
Shantae was just on here right before you. With the I Will Survive I didn't have that many instruments. I had Rhodes, bass, a lead, and then the drums were thick.
That's
and
it.
then her, which was an instrument in itself.
Letting her, because you know what it is? Breathe. And that's the thing, especially if you have a great voice, right? Get out the way. Like as a producer, you're not the show as a producer. This is you're a servant.
Right.
You're a servant, bro. Right. So being mindful of, okay, the verse is happening here. Let me carve out the space mix-wise to allow this vocal to be the star of this moment.
Yep.
Let me carve this out. As producers, you kind of might have that ego thing going. And that happens, right? You hear a song and the vocals are mixed into the beat. What is she saying? What are they saying?
Yeah.
Wow.
And the producer just want them drums to shine.
What's the most challenging part about being a producer? What the most challenging part about being a producer and an artist? I guess it's a 2-part question.
Securing features. Like it'd be so easy if I could just like call Beyonce right now and be like, jump on this song tonight. She'd be like, all right, cool, I'm gonna send it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Rihanna. Right. Everybody that I ever want to work with, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I could just call them and they send the verse back tomorrow, I'd be a billionaire, guys. Just so you know. You know what I'm saying? We would be doing this podcast somewhere else, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because it'd be like, oh, come to my palace. But, securing features, is intense, bro.
Yeah.
People got their own release schedule. Sometimes people got, they budget. Oh, yeah, I'll do a song with you, man, $500,000 or $20,000, whatever it is. It's like, woo, who want to pay that?
Do you find it sometimes difficult to cut through the red tape, even you being you, or have you found a way under or over the red tape at this point? Time of year.
The over is the relationships.
Yep.
So somebody like a Jeremiah, that's the homie. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, he wants to see me win. So it's
Right.
like, what we doing? You know, one of Tink's biggest songs of her career, Don't Tell Nobody. That's the song I had with Jeremiah just on the laptop. Now she pulls up, oh wow, you're special. Let me mute these verses. This doesn't have to be a whole Jeremiah song. You can have a whole new slap and this can help. Then I call my homie Moondog at GCI. Hey Moondog, I produced this with my bare hands and wrote on it and got Jeremiah to go crazy. And it's this new girl named Tink that's giving me like Lauryn Hill vibes from the crib. You know, get fired. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I didn't say get fired, but you know what I mean? Like, man, play this as much as possible. Like when I have a song, like right now, I'm saying that with Nasty Work right now. I'm calling everybody saying, if you my friend in real life, play this song as much as you can, bro. Because this is, you know, this is how we do it.
Right. Now let me ask you this: what advice well, it's interesting when you say Tink. So are you tapped in with Mickey Halstead? And
of course, I used to produce with Mickey Halstead.
Oh wow, Mickey is the homie.
So
he rock with me. Mickey come up to the gym. Him and Rico from time to time.
Of course. So, it's a picture I posted with me, Mickey, and Derrick Rose. Yeah. That's on my Instagram. Because we used to hoop in least. Like that's how I know Mickey. You know, when Mickey would shoot the three, he'd say, "Rise up a nation." Pass the ball, rise up a like the funniest thing to hear while you about to shoot a basketball is rise up a nation. But like that's Mickey, bro. I learned a lot from hooping with Mickey, dog. I work with, you know, all the artists that he worked with.
Yeah,
so
that's crazy. I grew up with Mickey and Rico, so it's awesome to see the progression and
that's why I'm always eating that chemistry. I have to cut you off. I just think about that. That's why I'm always eating that chemistry, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's, you know, you got to support the squad, bro.
You have to, and they the homies. You know what I mean? And when you see your home team win, man, that's dope to me, man. I love everything that they're doing with chemistry and you know, the grill and the whole 9 yards. That's special, and to see what he's doing creatively and what he's done as an artist, and then what he is doing as a creative. But also how they evolved as men and how they support their families. That's big, you know. So I love every bit of it, man, and that's special. So that's why I asked. It was just when you mentioned Tink, then I thought about Mickey, and like I said, this is open format conversation, podcast, yes, but more of a dialogue and tapping in with the homie, and it's Chicago. This is huge.
And you know, I want to say this too, man. I got a cousin that's here. His name is Demetrius, and that's who I heard about Tink before anybody, bro. Before Mickey.
Wow.
Because he was in college.
Wow.
And so it's so important when it comes to just intergenerational relation. I call my little cousins all the time, like, what's the pepper? And it's like, bro, you got to work with Tink. Like, I don't care who you, if you're not working with her, you know, and that's what gets me excited and passionate. Like when people are like, man, this the coldest thing ever. Cause I don't know, I'm over here making music. I don't know what's the coldest thing ever.
Right.
But if it's moving you like that, that's what music should move you, bro. He was going nuts, cuzzo. So when it happens, this is why I'm a legendary cousin. He told me early. It didn't happen right when he said it, but when it did happen, it was Don't Tell Nobody, and she's doing that arenas, and she'll do that song probably for the rest of her career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When they did that concert here at the United Center, she brought Jeremiah out.
Yeah.
And they rocked that, and I'm just sitting there chilling like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You win it and you low key at this. It's a nice pocket. The artist thing is gonna mess up my pocket a little bit, because then they gonna know, like, yeah, it's like that. But those are the moments when you just watching artists on rocking arenas, they smacking your song, bro.
Wow. What advice would you give some of these new guys that's out here, or new creatives as a whole? Because you sit in so many different spaces. So what would you give that new age creative?
The new age creative.
I don't like saying producing artist, but creative.
The new age creative, if they want to be great, they need to text me 708-725-1993.
Wow.
And just follow everything that I'm moving on, because that's what we're building a community. We in artist land now.
Right.
You know, and there are going to be days when I just turn on, you know, my Discord and, You know, we making beats live, or I'm listening to your music live and giving you live feedback. You know, we come to Chicago doing this. Y'all got it so dope in here that can happen here.
That's dope.
You know what I'm saying? We can do seminars together. We can do collabs together. Like, it's up right now. You know, I have so much to give, especially here in my hometown.
Wow.
How often are you here?
I'm here every other month. I was here in January filming with Kevin Hart. You know, because I have a documentary I'm been working on for, you know, over a decade called Rewrite Your Life. You know, and it's like the documentary that goes with my TED Talk. And I started screening it, and some of the feedback was, you need more star power. And that's perfect, because it's like, hey John, they say I need more star power in my doc, man. What care of that? Oh, we're gonna be in your hometown in January.
Oh, wow.
Straight to the flight. Just straight to the flight app. I ain't gonna say what airlines.
Right.
Until they do the deal with us and start sponsoring the cast and everything. But I book it right on there, and I'm right here. And I'm looking for partners when it comes to expanding in the content space. So it's like the hard part is not calling Kevin Hart. The hard part is, that's why I said earlier in the conversation, who's gonna be that Chicago partner? Right. That one got a bag,
right,
and two believes in Kosine, the son of the city.
Right,
I am your son. You know what I'm saying? And we ready to build. We ready to expand. I have so much to give. Who knows about? Because it should have been cameras that walked in here with me.
Right.
Just like boom, boom. Because everything is content.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's, you know, so much I want to do with the city, man. So those are the partners that we looking to secure as we've been moving indie, you know?
Now, let me ask you, looking back at your career, what was some key pivotal moments that you felt throughout your journey, something that propelled you to that next space?
Always remembering to ask the right questions in the studio. So somebody like a LaShawn Daniels, rest in peace. You know, this is Rodney Jerkins' partner. You know, when you listen to Brandy's, you know, music early on, when you listen to You Rock My World, Michael Jackson, that's LaShawn Daniels, bro. So when I get in the studio with these people, you know, even somebody like a Dave Pensado, who was Jason Joshua's mentor. All these people that I'm in the room with, in that first 30 minutes, hour, I don't care about a song.
Right.
You have to explain to me how. It's like we were doing podcasts before podcast was cool in the studio. The studio is a podcast, bro.
It is.
Right.
And if you know how to ask the right questions, bro.
Yep.
Because LaShawn was like, oh, well, you know, I study country. Brain explode. Yep. My brain is everywhere, bro.
Right.
What do you mean? Wait, what?
I'm the original 21 questions, man. Every engineer I ever worked with, I had so many questions and they had so many answers. They was giving them up.
Man,
I was taking it all in.
If they real nerds and craftsmen, you want to talk nerd talk anyway. Oh, this is a 1176, man. It's a compressor. You can dial it in right here, man. It's got a gate on it, man. You just want to talk about, you know what I'm saying? You want to do, you know, so I asked all these questions. LaShawn Daniels, you know, he says, man, you know, one of my favorite songs is by Leanne Womack, Last Call. I want to study what the greats study. What are you studying? Why are you like this?
Right.
I go listen to that song with the intention of one of the greatest lyricists said this was penned to perfection. I'm analyzing every line, bro. That's why I said don't take me too fast. Because when I'm writing, we're not wasting bars, bro.
Right.
We're not wasting every crevice, dog.
Right. Now let me ask you, are there any artists that you would like to work with that you haven't?
So many, bro.
Name a few. I mean, you got to name them all, but name a
so
few.
Deep. I mean, of course, Beyonce, Summer Walker, SZA, K-Dot. I mean, man, I'm a fan of music just as a whole. So, you know, it's hard for me to like call music whack and trash. Like I had a band teacher that cussed me out for calling Charles Mingus music trash because I wasn't a fan of the dissonance like that. And shout out to Mr. Gory, man. It was the best cuss out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I guess this is Depends on how you built, man. But I would challenge the listener here today, man. Can anybody think of a good ass cuss out that you got from somebody that you know you needed, man? So coming up in band, you know, with Mr. Gorey being such a legendary band teacher, we were playing jazz standards. So he was giving us Charles Mingus, and Charles Mingus as a jazz guy is very dissonant music. I wasn't a fan of the dissonance, you know what I mean? Like, so I would just turn it off and play stuff on the radio. So Mr. Gorey stepped out of class. I was the section leader, I think as a freshman. So he messed up having a 13-year-old leading the whole jazz band, you know. But GCI was what I listened to in the car, you know what I'm saying? Couldn't really listen to cussing with mama like that. So whatever was popping on GCI is what I'm teaching the band with Mr. Gorey not in the room.
Wow.
And then he walked in and heard us jamming one day, man, and said, Marcos, Mr. Palacio, step out in the hallway. Stepped out, man. And he's like, bro, that's Charles Mingus. All the music that we play in jazz, these are the greatest jazz songs of all time. So there's nothing whack that I ever put in front of you. So if you think that's whack, something wrong with you. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Then I go to FAMU, and out of all the saxophones, I am the weakest link, bro. There's 60 other people that are better than me in here. The South, the culture of, they all been playing the music since they was in 5th grade.
Wow.
There's no band, HBCU culture like that. I'm not gonna say there's none. I was at Westchester. I was at St. Joe's High School, right? Oh, man, Christ, that's not HBCU.
Right.
There's no so. I ain't gonna say there's no so. That's aggressive. That was aggressive.
Right.
But it's not.
How did that change you? I mean, what was your FAMU experience? Like that's what because I want to transition into something else too. But what was your FAMU experience? Being at an HBCU and being able to connect with so many other dope people that live in that art.
That's how you get your taste. That's how your taste rises, bro. Because you're not just, unless you were given the superpower, of course, you're not just born knowing what's good. You got to be in it. Like, I knew I needed to go to a HBCU. I needed it. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Especially after going to St. Joe's. You know what I'm saying? The whole time. But, this is an all-boy Catholic school, bro. I need to be submerged in black. I'm already Panamanian and Guatemalan.
Right.
How can I be a functional adult in America if at some point y'all don't just submerge me in black?
Right. Right.
That's what Tallahassee is, bro. I was able to get out, a lot of my lifelong homies, bro. Tallahassee, Florida.
Wow.
Just listening to that drum. When Timbaland first was in the studio listening to my drums, understanding all of that is velocity.
Yeah.
Right.
So if I'm on a computer programming, but I don't understand velocity because I wasn't hearing the crescendos and all of the,
Yeah.
Right.
that shaped my taste.
Yeah.
Wow. So what's next for you? What's your next phase? Like, where are you going next with this? And no, let's not go with that one. No, I don't go with that one next.
Okay.
Give me the Rihanna story, because I know so many people want to know, because you've worked with so many people, and the Rihanna story and the Nicki Minaj story, and how did those come about?
Man, I mean, Karen Kwok gave a BCD to The Dream. The Dream was touring with Rihanna. They worked on it in the studio. And I don't know what happened, but they weren't able to finish the song. So it came out as a snippet. And like, me and Tu was fighting over that, man. Cause he like, man, we made the album. I'm like, we're a snippet. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's not even the same business as a whole song. It's just a snippet. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And he like, but it's cold. You know what I mean? And that's where I got to give Tu his flowers, bro. The vision, the confidence. Bro, we're the interns. We're cold.
Right.
Me, as the musician in the group, bro, I'm frantic. Is it good enough?
Right.
Why is our song, you know what I mean? Then I meet her in the club, and she says she gonna put, Chris Brown on the remix. The fans, the Rihanna Navy is asking for the full song.
Wow.
Then she dropped a remix with Chris Brown, and life was never the same, bro. Now when I come in the club, bro, that's Kosine. Oh, you don't know him? Oh, he did Rihanna and Chris Brown. K. That's him. You know what I'm saying? Like, life was never the same, bro.
Wow. And then Nicki Minaj later after that.
Anaconda, Nicki called. Shout out to Astrid. She's a part of our management team at the time. You know, connected the dots. Nicki said, I got this idea from Polo. I like it, but I know y'all can make me love it. You know, I'm thinking about how my dancers was acting when ass. That's why I jumped on the remix with Big Sean.
Right.
I need my own, you know what I'm saying? Like one of them. And so she played the idea, did a version of it, wasn't it, bro. She came in, listened to it, nah, that ain't it. Crushed me, bro. Crushed. Oh my God, Nicki don't like my beats. You know, I had named the session The Life Changer. Because I knew, you know, you get this right, it's gonna be different ter. It's already different. It's gonna be different ter.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get this right? And yeah, you know, got it right. Listen to the original sample. That was the key with Anaconda. Go listen to the whole Sir Mix-a-Lot record. Just sit back. I remember I went and bought the actual CD so I could try to see if I could, instead of getting the MP3 off the internet, I just wanted to just go through the process of using something analog. So I went and bought the CD, listened to the whole song, and then when it got to my Anaconda Don't Want To, was like, oh yeah.
Wow.
If I make two, I always say, if I made beats, I would start it off like that. I'm like, bro, we're a whole production squad, bro. And then that's all I need. Because then the arrangement, you know, when it comes to music, a big word that I don't feel we hear a lot of is arrangement. The arrangement chops comes from being at FAMU. Because top of the week, they setting these charts in front of you. And there's an intro, and there's a verse, and there's a hook.
Wow.
My Anaconda, pew. My Anaconda, pew. That's like the band, bum, bum, bum. You know what I'm saying? Don't want nothing unless you buy. That's, what's the word? I used this word at Apple Music one time, and my producer didn't know that it was a word. Syncopation. You know what I'm saying? He was like, that's a word? I'm like, bro, syncopation.
Yeah.
You know, but the syncopation.
Yeah.
That's why I say with the drums,
Right.
these are all cheat codes that I have.
Wow.
That I put in the music.
That's crazy. I learned all that stuff from DJing.
Or yeah, because y'all are drummers.
Yeah, you learned it from FAMU. I learned it from DJing. Because I'm listening to all the stuff that I like and I'm learning how to reproduce what I'm hearing.
Oh.
Yeah. Like even when Arthur Baker came out with Planet Rock, and that was like a derivative of Kraftwerk numbers. I was listening to all that numbers with the like all those little 30-second notes and 16th notes. And then when you could do that on the MP2, like and they got all that.
That's
like
called
a cheat code.
Subdivision. The music theory term is subdivision. Yes, because that's how you start figuring out how to quantize and what's the right quantized setting for the rhythm that you hear in your head. You might hear a super swingy rhythm. If you just put the 1/16th on there, it's gonna
sound robotic.
Man, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But if you go down somewhere farther and with like a triplet thing on there, you know what I'm saying?
With your 66.
Yeah. That's a.
They couldn't. Those people from overseas was like, man, what's your secret?
Oh yeah, there was quite a few people. I mean, and that's just because Chicago has always had their hand on the pulse. I think producers, artists, just overall creatives, we've always kind of set a tone, and people have always looked back at us to say, wow, these dudes are fresh, and how do I lock in and connect with that? Like you have people from abroad that are so influenced that they want to find a way, not necessarily to emulate, but to they're motivated by all of our sound, and they want to find ways of, taking the things that feel good to them and adding to it to give themselves a unique type of a sound. And I'm sure you've probably heard or felt that too in some capacity. Because let me ask you, what's a piece of advice that you would give your younger self now?
Man, the D-Rose stuff we talked about earlier, that his posture, you know what I'm saying, as far as like being respectful. But I wanted to stay inside of Chicago and that influence because I think it has something to do with the location as well. Like the Midwest is what they call, you know what I'm saying? Us being in, and you pushing back on genres, you rocking with the Quincy theory of, F genres. We in the middle, like I don't even want to say we're influenced by everything. I think we feed everything.
Right.
Being in the Midwest.
Wow. And you seem engulfed in this, and you have been for such a long time. How do you unwind? Like, what do you do outside of music other than basketball?
Oh, man.
Like, what do you do to find like a place of calm and, that inner peace?
Definitely work out. You know what I'm saying? I also started DJing as well. Some years ago, I knew I wanted to DJ, so I was like, I'll have like the 5-year plan, right? Where like in 5 years I'm a DJ, so like let me start learning from now and just be on some hobby shit with it. You know what I'm saying? And to your point, having this DJ residency, it's also the same place where I do the $20 holla, which is my artist residency. That's interesting because I'm promoting what I'm doing, but because of what I said earlier with the passions and the profits, it's like it all kind of goes together. So to unwind, I go perform now. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
This song that I'm mad about that don't come out, I go play it at my residency. Oh, y'all don't want to clear it yet? It's cool. I'm finna play it for everybody. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be like, dang, you know what I mean? What? You gotta, then it builds the demand. Now the fans are tagging the artist,
Wow.
And then it's allowing me to play more. I have a wonderful band, and it's allowing me to grow as a musician because my music director, Mark Pelly, he's in the group Magic. Why you wanna be so rude? That's my music director, and he's an alien, bro. So we be in rehearsal sometimes, and he plays something, and it's like, bro, what was that? And now we got to stop rehearsal so he can teach everybody this crazy line. But then it comes showtime, everybody's ripping it, and that's what I've been needing as a musician is just to be surrounded by other great musicians. I started Sunday service with Ye, and a lot of that, a lot of my hidden agenda during that time was to meet more musicians.
Wow.
So back to that Leon Thomas song, Mutt, the homie from Chicago, Freaky Rob, is who produced that and who plays at Sunday service and who played with Dr. Dre for the Super Bowl. These are the dopest dudes out here, bro, and they from the crib.
Wow.
Did you know Sunday service was going to be as big as it became and a pivotal moment in history? Because I think that made a mark in the industry as a whole.
I can't see that. I literally can't see that. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't, since I'm in it, I can't see, like it took for me to just watch Coachella afterward to be like, dang, that's what that looked like. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when you in it, when Ye is right there, this is regular,
Right.
and like, that's what's so cool about my friends sometimes, just listening to them talk about it. You know what I mean? Because it's not regular for them. When they trying to decompress, they like, man, Cole, but it was you, man. It was you. It was them. It was this person, man. We was all right there, man. They was lit. And then, then that's how it helps me to kind of understand it. But while I'm in it, I'm just like, man, I know I've had a respect for this guy for a long time. I wish, during the Blueprint days, I could have worked with him, but now this is my opportunity. You know what I mean? And it gives me a chance to at least see the formula. Everybody creates music differently.
Yeah.
So when you get to see somebody's process,
Man.
you know what I'm saying? I just ran into Lupe and, we were talking about working together, but I was just telling him like, man, I'm just curious what your process is. Cause I know what my process is.
Right.
But you are Lupe Fiasco, bro. You know what I'm saying? One of the coldest of all time from the land. And now this is my opportunity in 2025 where we can just have a real conversation and I can work with you in real life. How do you work?
That's the way I felt with Jimmy Jam when I came out there.
Come on, man.
I was a student of that from the outside looking in, and then I got the opportunity to actually work with his artists and Perspective and Nesby, and man, and I got to see him and Terry, their process of working with the artists, and Terry is the vocal guy and Jam is the music guy, and just the way their process was, it made me a better vocal producer.
Yep.
Because I'm watching how they're working with the artists.
Yep.
It prepared me for like working with people like Shaka Khan, where she had a whole different mentality and she was very confident in herself. And I had to learn how to deal with that.
Right.
With me being used to being the boss in the studio, and she's pushing back.
Exactly.
And I still got to get the record done. But it was just us in there. She wanted to improvise more on her. Here's the story. It's real quick. So there was a record that for the Tu Wong Fu soundtrack called "Free Yourself."
Okay. That
a young lady named Chance sang, and she sounded just like Aretha. So that's the vibe of the song, like an Aretha Franklin type of vibe. So that could fit Shaka. Aretha could fit Shaka. So. It's perfect fit for the soundtrack. It's like a diva, LGBTQ song that audience will love. So when we went in, I had to go to London to do it, and I recorded. Everything's going well. The backgrounds came out great. She's singing when she's doing her double. She's not even turning the headphones on. She's just singing the parts each time. She don't want to hear the other vocals she just sang. She's just gonna stack it without listening to it. She's gonna sing one note, but this is her 6th track, and she's still singing. And then she's singing the harmonies. She sang like 12 tracks, and then we turned them all back on. Turned those 12 tracks on. It was a perfect 3-part harmony. Like she didn't even listen to it. So I'm like, oh, I'm dealing with a beast here. Like this is some different level stuff. This is taking me to another level, because I'm like, oh, this is what it's supposed to be. This is why she's Shaka Khan.
Yes.
So then, my dilemma was when she was recording the lead vocal, she was into jazz at the time. So she went into these jazz riffs. She went outside the melody and wasn't singing the original melody. And I'm like trying to shut it down and get her to just sing within the melody. And she was like, I don't know what you do with them other bitches, but I'm Shaka Khan. And then I was like, oh, okay, I see. Okay. What would my dad tell me to do?
What would my dad tell me to do, man?
Yeah. What would he tell me to do? Because I needed some help from somewhere.
Right.
So then I end up saying, you know what? You're right. Let's sing it. Let's sing it your way. Let's sing down not only 1 track, but maybe 2 tracks, so you can get all those ideas you have. I know you got a lot of good ideas. Let's sing them all down. Then we'll come back and we'll just get all the stuff that the label and all them people want. We'll nitpick on the verses and the parts that I know we need, and then we'll combine it all at the end. You'll be happy. I promise you. I promise you, you're gonna be happy. And then they took me to her sister's house, and we had a soul food dinner, and they took good care of me. I mean, it turned out to be good. Essence magazine was in the studio when all this stuff went down. So they were doing a story on her and her singing for this soundtrack.
Wow.
So it was a great opportunity for me to be seen working, on something like that. So I didn't want to blow that. That was a lot of pressure, man. Bro. Like I got to make that label happy. I got to make the artist happy. I got to make the movie company happy.
Yes.
I come back with some stuff that sound like just a jazz song or something that was supposed to be like upbeat. That was going to be a problem. So that was like a pressure moment. Like at the end of the game when you got to hit that last free throw.
Yeah.
It was like,
and it's not
I better
easy,
hit both of them
man.
free throws right now. I can't mess that up.
You can't. It's because it's a career-changing opportunity. And then the thing about, these powerful Black women, bro, they are powerful Black women who know what they want. So it's like you have to have the patience. You got to have the right questions. You know what I'm saying? Because you're trying to find it.
Yeah.
With the song thing, you're trying to find it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we need it. Yeah,
and I can tell you right now, man, boy, Nikki was a real personality, bro.
I can imagine.
She was a real personality, man.
But she probably knew exactly what she wanted too.
Man, she knew. But it was our first, and that, to me, like that's real pressure, bro.
Was she the first person that kind of pushed you to that degree?
No.
Okay.
No. I mean, from the beginning, 2 was like, hey man, you cool, but your beats whack. And I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, he like, we trying to build a crew over here so you can come around, keep working on your shit, but I just was like, damn. You know what I mean? Right. But I knew at the time my beats was a little whack, bro. I was just starting off. Right. You know what I mean? Right. And I respected that honesty. So a lot of times that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the pushback. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking for it. If I do a mix and I send it to somebody, I say, send me notes.
You're right.
Listen to it. Send me notes.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with the criticism. Man. When something come back, are you have an opinion? Right. Or are you like, man, what do you think about this or that? I'm cool with it. Even though I'm thinking I'm done. And then you make a suggestion, I can at least try it. I'm like, even my engineer says, man, I'm thinking I mastered something. I got Joey. And I'm thinking I did a good job on some mastering. He's like, send me that track, man. I'll do it for you real quick. But then he's telling me what was wrong. He's like, the problem was not your mastering, it was your mix. Because if you don't fix it in the mix first, then the mastering is like extra work for no reason. Yeah. So that goes back to what you said, how you put the mastering on it while you're working on it, so you know what those different compressors and limiters and saturators are going to do to your stuff. Because sometimes that's enough. And you're looking for sounds, like you said. So sometimes those effects are creating the sounds, and then you're like, wait, I'm done. I don't need those other 6 sounds I had in my head.
Come on, less is more.
I only need those 3 that I got right now.
I keep telling people one of my favorite instruments is space. Like when I'm teaching, right? I'm like, what's my favorite? They be like saxophone, the 808. They just keep on guessing. Nope, my favorite instrument is space. They be like, oh. So
as Mary says, and let it breathe.
There you go. Right. There you go.
What's the weirdest, most craziest sample you ever used?
The meow mix. Meow, 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 meow. That's my first song on 106 in Park. Wow. And I used it in the beat battle, man. I was on some extra aggressive shit. We got to the round. I said, all you niggas is pussy. Meow, 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 meow. You know what I'm saying? Wow. And that won the beat battle. Then, since I knew that was this hottest track I had, I made a song called Because the Beat's Hot. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, right. And then that shit goes on 106 in Park, and now we got the first little nugget. A lot of people think that Move If You Wanna, Mims, is the breakout, and of course it is the first gold record. But as far as like the first song on TV, was the Board Bangers Because the Beat's Hot, bro. A beat from a beat battle.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
What'd you say?
I said I'm gonna have to check that out.
Oh man, bro. It's like looking at
and if you could text me that playlist of your stuff from where you came from. You
Uncle Rudy.
I'm real curious to hear what that sounds like.
Oh my God.
I love opening my mind up to other music that I might not be familiar with. I mean, that's like I'm like a sponge with that stuff, man.
Yeah, I don't want to skip over Mims. That was kind of like, we don't want it to be light. What was that connect with Mims and that record that really propelled and created a wave?
With Mims, that was because the homie Mateo, that's another Chicago DJ, Mateo, he told me it was another producer that was hotter than me in the city, bro. And I took offense to that. You know what I'm saying? The hell you mean?
Right.
And play me the song that, says that he better than me. And when I heard it, I got it. I was like, okay, this song has a hook on it. I'm not putting hooks on that's really what he excited about.
Oh, you were just doing strictly beats.
Strictly beats, you know what I'm saying? So the cadence of the hook was what I use for Move If You Wanna, Move If You Wanna, if you wanna move. So I put that on the hook, did the beat. I said, I'm gonna make that beat daddy, bro. That beat that you said somebody hot to me, all right, put that on my desktop on my computer. When I come here tomorrow to the studio tomorrow, I'm gonna make that beat daddy, bro. That's Move If You Wanna. So that's a track that I pitched with the hook already on it. That's a 75% done.
That makes sense because when you find yourself making better and better beats, you forget all about the vocals, and then you don't realize that's what's missing. And that happened with me with house music. I mean, I was making all these hot records and I was playing them at the parties. When I started putting vocals on them, then it really went crazy. And I'm doing samples like I can't turn around. I can't. Like it was just like with a sampling pedal. I don't know if you remember the sampling pedals that you could trigger with a rim shot.
I don't know nothing about sampling pedals. What is a sample pedal?
So a sampling pedal is like something guitarists can use.
Oh,
it was from way in the 70s, 80s that you could use like any kind of sound to trigger. It only had like 1 second of sampling time or 1.5 seconds. So I said I can't turn around, and then I went. So when I run the rim shot through it and go, whatever that pattern is, it's gonna trigger the sample. So it's like I can't. So this is before samplers were like like really samplers. Like this was before all the DMX and the emulators and the Fairlights and then later the Akai's and all that. This was in the early stages of it. So I used a little pedal. Like I've been doing videos talking about the stuff I was using early on. And how I had to make something out of nothing, lemonade out of lemons,
Right.
Yeah. So, yeah.
But that shit is, hey man, I don't know how you viewers feel. I don't know if you taking a break. That shit is fascinating to me, bro. And I think that a lot of the genius is in the limitation.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like Chuck English. So my first year teaching at Columbia College, sitting in the front desk was Mikey Rocks from the Cool Kids. Wow. My first student. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I'm talking about just swagged out to the max, bro. Little did I know that the rest of the industry was about to start dressing like him, bro. Right. You do your research on the Cool Kids from Chicago, man. But with Chuck English, he was the one that was always telling me like I had too much cool shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? He like, bro, I'm about to make this whole album out of this keyboard. And I'm like, wait, what? You know what I mean? Something very limited because the limitations inspire resourcefulness.
Yep. Limitations inspire resourcefulness. That's a quote right there.
You got to say that again. Say that to the people.
Man, they need to hear that. Limitations inspire resourcefulness. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I had that one keyboard. I had a Korg Poly 800. And I used every preset in it and just kept stacking them. But then I only stacked like 3 or 4 things. I didn't go crazy. Right. But I could have kept going, but I had a 4-track recorder, so I guess that was my limitation.
Only had a 4-track recorder. Only had 1.5 seconds of sample time. Yep. You know what I mean? Like
those are like game-changing records I was playing that weren't even records. They were just tapes. I'm showing up at the club. You know how they have stems now where you can play stems?
Right, yes.
I was showing up with a Tascam Porter 1 with 4 tracks, drum on 1 track, bass on 1 track, music on 1 track, and a vocal. And vocal was vocal and sample, so that I can't all that. So I was at the party pulling instruments out like you in the studio, live. And the thing had a pitch control on it. So I was mixing it in, pulling stuff in and out. So the stems that are out now, I was doing stems in 83.
So that's why I messed up my DJ homies, because I just learned how to DJ, like right when stems came out. So I'm hosting an Actively Black show. Shout out to my man Lanny, Actively Black. DJ D Nice is the DJ I'm hosting.
Wow.
And he's doing things that can't be done. So I'm like, I turned the mic off, went back there. How are you doing that, bro?
Right.
He's like, oh, Serato stems,
Yeah, they made me mad because I switched to Pioneer because every place I go doing house music, festivals and stuff like that, they got the CDJs. Then stems came out on Serato. So I'd already taken my whole collection and converted to record box because you got to use record box for the CDJs. You just show up with a USB and you're good. You don't have to bring a laptop or nothing after using a controller for 10 years. So now I switched to that, then they come out with stems. I'm like, yeah, my timing was impeccable on that one right there. So now hopefully Pioneer will get the stems going right.
They got to catch up immediately because I learned how to DJ in like 48 hours. And like I was trying for years, but I just couldn't grasp it. So I would try and be like, this is too hard. And I still can't scratch or nothing like that. But when it clicked in my mind how to blend, a lot of like how I learned how to DJ is through using stems.
Right.
Because it already...
That's because it's like you're in the studio at that point.
Yeah.
putting the elements together. You're like, yeah, this element goes with that. I can hear it's in the same key.
Man. And it clicked for me.
And
Like,
it's a major, like that's like the key to my remixing. Like I would be remixing a song that was in a major key, and I'm using the minor for my music, the relative minor.
the relative minor, right.
Which I didn't really know much about that, but I was just doing it off my dome. I can hear
Exactly.
what the relative minor would be, and I'm playing something darker on top of something happy sound, and so then it's sounding uplifting. And they're like, man, how do you get that sound? It's music. I mean, it's like I'm learning music theory on the fly.
That's
just
crazy.
off my dome because I'm not music classically trained or nothing like that.
Right.
But I can hear the notes in my head. And so that's why I was doing those mashups for Tom Joyner. Yeah, which I was mixing Drake, Best I Ever Had with Shaka Khan, Sweet Thing.
Wait, time out.
Those two songs mixed together. I gotta let
you
you hear
take
that.
me to those.
You gotta
Take
hear
me
my
too
birthday
fast
cake
right
mix
there,
too.
man.
Birthday cake mix too. I gotta let you hear that one too.
That's what I'm saying. Wait, what are these mashups, man?
Man, I did 1,000 of them for Tom Joyner Morning Show.
And you were
from 94 to 20 what? 14, 16, somewhere in that.
And you were changing the pitch of the vocals to match keys and stuff like that?
Yep. If I had to change, I tried not to change the key if I didn't have to.
Right,
if I
right.
didn't have to, but most times I could find a vocal that was in the same key with that and that it felt the same.
Right.
And if it was only off by like a half step, I would go ahead and move either the music or the other one.
Right.
Yeah, and then make a match. But that stuff you can do now in stems on the fly. But I was doing that in Pro Tools.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like using the TCE tool and time stretching stuff. It was just like,
Right. Serato. So, and it's interesting because I feel like I've evolved to producing like a DJ.
Yeah,
So
that's
the
a whole
first
different
thing-
kind of thing.
Yeah, like the first thing that I'm thinking about if I'm really about to cook, and it's like a routine, is what's the BPM.
Right.
Once I got the BPM, I'm also let me take that back. That's second. The first thing I'm thinking about is what song would I blend this song with, or what song would I play before this song?
Like key wise, or like where they blend
BPM wise,
where they blend like instruments going together. Like
BPM wise is
not
where I'm
dissonance,
thinking about.
because I heard you say that key word.
Oh, man.
I hate dissonance too. I was
dissonance
mad
just
at
rub
Parliament
you.
for not even hitting the same notes that was in their record. I was a huge Parliament fan, and they had Aqua Boogie. They was doing Aqua Boogie and Flashlight and all that, Knee Deep. And every song had like it didn't even sound the same because maybe it just wasn't mixed the same. But because they probably had some dissonant stuff in there, but when you mix it in the studio, you pulling it way down, so you might not hear that dissonance like that.
Right.
So I'm hearing every bit of stuff that's not the same as the record. I didn't even enjoy the concert. And that was like my favorite group of all time.
But a lot of times that wrongness is what people love, bro. It's like when you were talking to earlier.
But it's got to be mixed right.
Right.
Because how many times have you played some keys on something and you hit a bad note, but then you put it in the mix and it sound great?
Mm-hmm. Tuck it, yeah. You gotta tuck that thing.
Yeah, but it sound better than if you hit it perfectly.
Right.
It's like some human element to it or something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if music wasn't in your life, what do you think you would be doing outside of the music? There was no music.
Today, man, I might be like a trainer or a coach. You know what I'm saying? Like something athletic. You know what I mean?
Oh, wow.
I think I'll be doing that for sure. Or I do the acting, man. I'll probably be doing more acting though. You know what I mean? Like going on more auditions and, maybe trying to get an agent or something, or like writing my own TV shows and stuff like that.
Creativity is great, man.
You got to get down with us, man, and come to the gym, man, when you in town. Come rock with us, man. We shoot the round ball. We get down.
I'm with all that, bro.
You know what I mean? Ask Mickey. Mickey will tell you. Like I said, we've been homies for a long time, playing on, YBA basketball teams together on the south side of Chicago, 63rd and Stony Island.
So I'm expecting a lot from you then on this court, then,
Don't
bro.
Oh,
expect nothing from me, man.
You saying the way you talking, that sound like
I'm past due. I'm
22, 12, and like 4, man.
We do all right. You know who else we call? We call Clarissa over there at Tao, because she used to play.
Okay, Clarissa. Yeah, shout out Clarissa.
Too. Yeah, so man, she been talking about coming and getting down with us.
Yeah,
and
we'll get her there one day.
It's just folks connecting and doing something and trying to stay active. And,
of course.
And decompress. That's our decompression when we get the opportunity.
Well, I think we should, especially as we building this new brotherhood, man. You know what I'm saying? I think we should come up with some cool activations so that when I'm in the city, you know what I'm saying, or even when y'all come to LA, we can do some cool stuff. Especially here in the city though. You know what I mean? If y'all already hooping, it could be like, producer, beat battle and basketball workout. You know what I'm saying? And it's
Yeah. Well, we
you know what I'm saying?
we actually did that one year out in Miami, which was kind of crazy.
Oh,
yeah. Until he had the lead. Way to go.
Hey man,
Yeah,
I
that's
committed to speaking on a panel.
He was
with
speaking
our
on
lawyer,
the panel.
man, and we kept winning in the tournament.
It was mad.
And then we got to the last round, and I had to lead to get to the panel because I'm a man of my word.
Right.
Your name is J. Cole. That's J. Cole on our. We went undefeated and lost in the championship because J. Cole had to go on tour.
Dude, it was
What do you do?
people from all over. Like it was
Like the world.
world.
Come on, man.
And he got me out here on the front line battling it out.
Going crazy, man. Going crazy, man. You had to stick two people, man.
Trying to keep
Because I don't think
He got dunked on, man. He
if I
got
say
that on the
we'll be
whole
somewhere-
season.
If I say I'm gonna be somewhere on the business tip, man,
Keep your
I
word.
gotta keep my word,
Keep
man.
your word.
But then I felt like I said I was gonna be there for the team too.
Right, man. Right.
They could have used a little bit of hustle probably in that last game.
Yeah, we went
Because I was like a Caruso type person, like just
Caruso, I would've never guessed that, man.
like just always hustling on defense,
Bro, why you say you play like Caruso, bro? Out of all players.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the hustle part
I
of it.
know, that's so
Like,
funny, man. This is random though.
I was a willing defender.
Right.
Because sometimes you need somebody who's willing to defend instead of just only
That's why I call myself Tony Allen, man. Like, a lot of people like, cause that West Side, man, that Pat Bev, man, like, man, and even, watching Coach, the legendary
Pat Bev,
Gene Pingatory, man, at St. Joe's, bro, that real passionate defense, dog.
Yeah.
Defense, bro, we about that.
Dude,
You can't score, you can't win, man. How about that?
Yeah.
So that's pretty
This is
much
cool.
the podcast, man.
Yeah,
we still running, but that's the podcast in itself, man. And it's just dope to be able to have conversation with real brothers about real stuff,
Yeah.
and then not feel pressured. Like we ain't really got those type of over the top agendas and wild stuff. Just need you to do one thing, look into that camera, and then there we go. What happened? Oh, because he took the glasses. There you
Wow,
go.
is
It's
it all
coming
the
back.
glasses?
Nah,
Okay.
it's coming back. Yeah, look into that camera. Let
This
them
one
know.
right here?
Yep, let them know who you are and that you rocking live on the SNS Chicago podcast.
Hello, world. It is Marcos Enrique Palacios, a.k.a. Kosine, and I'm rocking with the SNS Chicago podcast. We at the crib, best city in the galaxy. Argue with somebody else.
That's
all.
That's gonna be like that sway in the morning.
Come on,
They gonna be
man.
Like
Yes,
that.
you run that.
Just use that's his
Run
drop.
that.
Man,
That's
use
the
that
drop.
man. Argue with somebody else. That's worse. That's like KO. You know KO from Atlanta, the producer. Yeah, Why You Want 'Em with T.I. Use the Crystal Water sample.
Boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom.